So we're ready to roll when we're ready to cook this. I got my flight plan already put in there. You can see it over here on the left side. Try to duplicate it as much as I could of what in the flight plan of the thing of the the airplane, Beechcraft King Air C908. All right, so let's go back and see that's what we're going to do today. We're going to fly from here to here. It's called Coff's Harbour, their departure, in Sydney, Kingsford. One of the things you know that I mentioned down in my notes is that I'm not a pilot. Never flown an airplane except for very briefly. One time I was up in the airplane with my friend Cessna Skylark, one of those earlier models and stuff, and I was up there. It was back in the 80s when I did this. And we were flying around, and he said, "You want to fly a little bit?" I said, "Sure." So I took the thing and I flew a little bit. You know, I knew how to fly because I was playing the simulator at the time too back then. So made a few turns and I handed back over to him, and we continued on. I never landed, never took off in the airplane except for the simulator. It's the only place I've ever done it. So, so I've learned a few things here at the Tither, but yeah. And watching Kelsey on 74 Gear. Hi Kelsey, if you happen to watch this, just out of the blue, for some weird reason, you say you want to watch this, and then you can do this and have fun, I guess. So, yeah. So, we're going to fly this last leg of the journey, and we might as well get underway, huh? So I'm not a pilot, but I just want to make that clear because I know I'm going to do some things on here that most pilots wouldn't do. Like I won't talk on the radio because it's too complicated for me to talk on the radio, especially on a simulator. And it gives you limited choices to respond to things because it's not a voice-activated thing. It's more of a text-based thing. It's Linux. It's the only one that it's the only operating system that X-Plane won't have a talking narrators on it, talking ACT operators and stuff like that. So I don't even bother with the radio, I just take off. One time it almost resulted in an accident though, but they have very limited traffic on this. There's usually a Piper Cub trying to follow me all over the place in Australia and Papua New Guinea and the Rockies and stuff like that. So, yeah. So, yeah. So this should be a not too long video. I mean, the last one was like over 3 hours because it took a while to fly there. But I guess if I keep talking, it's going to make it even longer and longer. Yeah. So we might as well get underway. I'll show you what I've done thus far. Okay, I put in the flight plan in, which you can see right here. Flight plan. And there she is, flight plan for that's flight plan for my trip today. We'll see if it works out as planned or what, but it looks like it should be. We're going to land on runway 25, which is where it's set to go. We'll see what happens. So, yeah, so that's the thing is, you never know what's going to happen with me now. So I put in the flight plan. All I did was put in the first place we go for, which is, well, it's already in there when you bring a flight plan. Then you say you want to go to YSSY, which is the code for Sydney. Then these are like little beacons that they have on the way that guide you into the runway 25. So yeah, so that's you got several of those that you just follow those down, and you land at Sydney, hopefully on a glide slope. Okay, so that's what that is. That's flight plan. Also, I have to push GPS here. I have to click this to change it. The defaults to V locked, which is the I can't remember how to pronounce it anyway. It's a other system where you have to keep a line right in the middle of it, so you know you're on track. The closer you get, the harder it is to keep it on line, that kind of thing. So, but automatic pilot would do it for you. So, but anyway, I use GPS because it seems to be more easier. I know how to do it. I don't know how to do the VLOG very well. I don't know also how to do VNAV and RNAV and all that kind of stuff. So I try to stick to VOR and flying, and even when I'm going through clouds, I stick to VOR flying. Yeah, I only go through clouds about well, it's a simulator, so if you crash, it's no big deal. You just hit Shift Control E and away it goes again. Or start over, whatever. I've only crashed one time on this trip. One time I crashed on this trip. Yeah. So we got that, and let's see. That's our line where we're going to go out that way. As soon as we get up in the air, it's send us that direction. We engage autopilot. Okay. Now the other thing I want to check on here before we get underway is the gas, because I've been sitting here idling for a while. I don't know whether how full the gas is or what. Let's see. So move these in here. Yeah, it could be up a little higher, I think. We'll just go ahead and top off the thing. Just make sure we got enough gas to get where we're going. Seems like this burns gas like the dickens. Okay, here's tank 1. We have just 400 pounds of fuel in each of these 2 tanks. It automatically cross feeds these 2 tanks. What you have to do though is that I got gas in the other tanks. Off this one has 331 pounds in this other fuel tank. So you can see that gets close to our total weight here, so we know we're balanced out. So that's good. Done. Apply changes. That should bring it almost up to 8 there. Yeah, there you go. Almost up to 8,000 pounds. But you figure 400 will be 8, right? Yep. So we got that. Let's see, that's the fuel. So the other thing I check on this is, then I set up everything, have these, you probably notice these little things up here. This is we're set at altitude 8,000. It's going to go up to 8,000 before it does anything else. And it's going to climb to 8,000, and we're going to go up by 400 points. I figure it's about a 3% slope, approximately, based on the ground speed we're on. We'll find out how it does, but I mean, this is a more powerful airplane. It's got more power ground speed. I can always adjust it though. I can always adjust it. So we'll do that. And we've got this. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Here's the airport. We got trees over here. Trees out there. And we're ready to take off, I think, on runway 10, I think we're on. I think it says 10 over there, so we'll do that. Alright, now we need to put in little flaps. Put in 10 degrees flaps. And we're ready to take off, I believe. And notice here we got 80 for a stall speed. And yeah, just a little over 100, and I'm not sure if this is a landing speed or what do you call it? Landing speed, or if that's rotate speed. Gander, I've always been able to lift off before I hit that, so I think it might be rotate speed or landing speed or both, or something like that. Anyway, so I figure from 80 to 100, somewhere in there I can take off. Told you I'm not a pilot. Yeah, so I think we're ready to take off here. Ready to go? Let's take off. Okay, release brake. And add power to it. Yep, we're on runway 10. Runway 10, we're up 60. Gear up. Engage autopilot, and that'll take us to where we want to go. You don't have to worry about running anything out here. Hey, the autopilot, something's wrong. It's not turning out like it should. What did I forget to do on my list of things to do? Yeah, I know, bank angle. We're climbing pretty fast. We're climbing at 2,000 feet. Look at this. Okay, we'll take that out. No, I did something wrong. I don't know what. I need to figure out what I need to do to get this autopilot. Oh, I wonder if I set any of the autopilot settings down below. I don't know if I did or not. Pause this and look down there and see what I got set. No, I don't have the nav on. I thought I turned the nav on. For Pete's sakes. The nav isn't on, that's why it's having problems. Okay, now it's taking off. Starting. Yep. Now we got it. Now we can just sit back and relax and watch the whole scenery play out. Now we're only going to 8,000 feet. I say only, but 8,000 feet. So I don't know how it's gonna hit that cloud layer at that height or altitude or not. Find out. We're doing 400 feet a minute to rise up, and now you see it's joining the path, getting lined up for the GPS navigation. Cool. I'm glad it's the only thing I forgot was just that. I don't think I forgot it. I think it keeled off or got knocked off or something. I'm not sure why that would happen, but anyway, it happened. So what are you going to do about that? Alright. Now we'll see a few mountains on this trip, because there's mountains to go. Now see how we're doing on our glide slope. Alrighty, not too bad, I guess. Not too shabby. We've got a ground speed of, what do we have? We can't tell there. Let's bring this up and see what it says. Ground speed is 201. 201 times 5 is, well, let's see, 200, let's say 200 by 5 is 1,000 feet. So you can go 1,000, that'll give you 3% glide slope. So I'm going to, look up there in the corner, right up here where it says set VB1. I'm going to raise that to 5,000 feet a second. That's going to raise us up and get us cooking. So also, I know this is maximum airspeed there. I have to watch it. Now this has a peculiar thing. When before you take off, one thing you always have to check, which I usually check, is the trim. I try to always make sure it's set on 0 before I take off. The reason I do that is because Seems like if the trim's not set right, it can start to get in its wild mood. You won't know why until it's too late. It can go in this wild up and down type thing. I think that happened to one lady. Somebody, but some people speculate that's what happened. Anyway. But also, if you go over speed, it starts to do the same thing where it goes down and up, down and up, down like that until you run into the ground, because it gets bigger each time, the down and ups. Because what it does a power on stall when it gets over that maximum speed. You should never get over that, but you can if it's possible to get over it. You have enough power to get over it, but you don't want to get over it, is what I'm saying. So yeah. So let's see what this looks like outside. What are we flying in? Where are we at? What do I look like? See, we got 8,900 feet, 3,900 feet, 4,000 feet now. Just past 4,000 feet. Alt. Yeah, let's see if we're still on the glide slope or better on the glide slope. Yeah, we're on glide slope pretty much. 3% glide slope going up. Whee! So anyway, we have that. And we're cooking oil, I think, so far. Okay. See all those Bori and Vessera and all that stuff over there on the other end over here. Top percent, 25 nautical miles. Yeah, those are all of the brief points we got to go to. So when we get there, it'll be clear what's going to happen, but we're going there and over there. So anyway, we got that. So it looks like we're going glide slope, about almost on glide slope, just a little under it. Very slightly under it, very slightly. But we're about to have to adjust our throttle down because we're going to hit the top of descent, and then when it levels out, da-da-dum, 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 we have problems if you just leave it and don't touch. That's when you get the overspeed, because you have to use a lot of energy to get up to the top of descent here. When you're on top of climb, when you finally get there and it levels off, what's going to happen? It's going to speed up, basically. Just like if your car was going up a hill, and then it can't kind of level area would speed up if you just left the pedal on the same spot when you're climbing up. So, see, we're at 6,500, so we're getting close to top of descent, top of climb. But I keep saying, yeah, top of descent's the other end of it when you go down. The opposite problem there, you can stall out if you aren't careful because you start having problems. So, yeah. That signal that we got 1,000 more feet before it keels over. Now, most of the people seem to have 200 feet set for theirs. I don't know why, but this default's to 1,000. I don't know why. I don't know who said it that way or explained it or anything, but most of them seem to be set for other things or something like that. Okay, I'm going to take a real quick nose break here, and I'll be right back. And we're still on. If anybody has any ideas on how to get rid of that flickering up there, you can put them in the comments. I'll try and hopefully take care of that if I can. I thought I would do something that watched a couple of YouTube videos about screen tearing and stuff like that, and but it seems like it does it anyway. I'm not sure why it does that. It's probably has something to do, I'm thinking, with the reduction, the change down from one size to another size, I guess, probably. It's kind of weird because it looks good otherwise. So we're almost 8,000 by now. But we are at 8,000. That's not, you see the speed's eking up, slipping up gradually. I'm gonna try and keep it right there, 180. Or 190 or whatever that is. I think we got it right under 190 there. And see if it zips up any further. If it gets past 200, I want to take it down, because if it gets 200 is about top cruising speed I think I should put on this puppy. Anything else gets too close to maximum speed, or it can. That's the weird thing about this King Air, is that, and probably all turbo generated things, because you can push it up and increase turbine power pretty fast, but then it takes a while for the speed to eke out, so it'll slowly go down, slowly go up. So you want to just push your button a couple times or so to get yeah, it's going to stay there. Looks like it's not going to move anymore. So you just want to push your button to increase or decrease your power a couple times and watch, see what it does, and wait for it to stop moving. Then you can do it some more if you need to. Unless you're about to run into something, then you want to take advantage to do something very fast. Yeah, so there's that other. Oh, we're about a cloud layer here. Snaggy poo. And of course, there's clouds everywhere, so hopefully there's not going to be too many clouds. I wouldn't hate to run all this in white. Yeah, I think the minimum, it's just the sea out here, ocean. If you could, you can see all the way out there where New Zealand is, but I think it's a little far away. Unless that's what I'm seeing there. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell with the clouds line. Yeah, horizon can be tricky sometimes. Tricky horizons. Let's see. Oh, 6 knots of wind. Before there's no wind. Now 6 knots of wind going south from the north. So we had a tailwind of 6 knots so far. Up here at 8,000 feet. On the ground, there wasn't any wind. It said no wind. Which is strange, because most of my trip around Australia has been in crosswinds of 25 knots. It's crazy, I tell you. So maybe this journey will be easier in that regard, at least. Ground speed 209. Yeah, so 6 from 209 means we're at 200 airspeed. But this, I've always found this is a little nav map. It's not part of a X plane. Not part of X-plane directly. But it can connect 2 X-planes, so see it's connected down here. Oops, right there. So you can. So it tracks your plane. You can do all this stuff, and if you have a load plane that can load, save and load flight plans, you can do that. Yep. And yeah, so it should be a shorter trip. Let's see. But it's still 190. It's not up to 200. So yeah, sometimes that third-party app doesn't always match with what this says. But X-plane says it's running airspeed wise, but ground speed wise. To find that out, you had it over here. Well, and you see the airspeed right there. It's about 190 almost airspeed knots per hour airspeed. And we have 208. That's where the ground speeds tend to match. But 6, it should be leave you with airspeed of 200. Doesn't make sense, does it? There is an airport now over to the left. Now you can see we're getting in the clouds a bit, and so it's getting mistier looking. I said if I want to look for what we got out there. It's 44 minutes and 155 miles of distance left to go. Okay, now we'll do this view first. Usually when I look at this view I can see and it looks like it's polluting. Oh, well, I had to hit the HUD. Pardon me? I didn't mean to hit HUD. And then you hit 8. Here we are outside. So we're looking at so far. You can see it's dirty. Need to wash it. I don't know how you wash it in the simulator, but it's a little dirty. So engine exhaust hitting the side of the plane makes it dirty like that. You can see where it's dirty over here and back here and over there. Now, I haven't had it happen on this trip so far. I must have done something weird or wrong previously. Probably let it get over speed or something like that, which is easy to do in this plane actually. And there I am. It showed I have 2 people in there. Me and somebody else, who knows who they are. There I'd be. I don't look anything like that exactly, but hey, I'll take it. So no push. And you can't push this plane around apparently. So yeah, unfortunately we're getting into the clouds a bit. That's a good view there, I think. Kind of shows you the mountains a bit. And if you ever like to look out the window when you're on an airliner or something like that and watch the stuff go by, this ought to be right up your alley or a cup of tea. Yeah, these are the biggest mountains that I found in Australia, pretty much. Maybe a bit taller mountain or some mountain somewhere, but these seem to be some of the tallest mountains I've found in Australia. Remember the last time I was on a Cessna, my Cirrus SR22 airplane when I was going over here. I had that problem where I left the fuel booster on accidentally, and then I suddenly started taking a dive. The autopilot cut out and I took a dive. And I don't know what's going on? And then I remember that I just changed the fuel a while back. Every change of fuel, I think the idea is you're supposed to put, because in the Cirrus SR22 you don't have any cross feeds on it, so you have to do manual cross feed. We have to switch it between the 2 tanks. One on the left, one on the right on your wing. So I was switching it to the right tank and I somehow forgot to click it to take off the fuel booster when I went back, or I thought I did and I didn't actually click it thoroughly as I thought I did. Something like that. Anyway, I took a dive and I thought I was going to die. So what happened? What happened? I don't know. Anyway, this is bad. Actually good in a way because it carries some drama, I guess, for the video. A little bit of drama at least, but yes, this mountainous terrain here. for Australia. This is the biggest mountains in Australia that I found. Seems like the mountains go all the way along the eastern coast of Australia mostly, and into the inland a bit. So these are just coming outside of between Brisbane and Sydney. Really starting. Now most of especially down in the south and along the west coast, pretty bland. There's hardly any mountains or hills or anything. It's all just bland. So that was a little airport down there. But it's too covered with trees to be an airport. I don't see anybody get in there. So anyway, yeah. So yeah, but these are nothing compared to the Rockies. I tell you what, the Rockies or the Papua New Guinea just north of there. Those mountains are tall, high. And yeah, yesterday I had to fly like 11,500 feet in the air to get over these mountains in Papua New Guinea when I was flying around there. I'll probably take a trip or two in Papua New Guinea. It's not really seen it. You gotta find the right day though. It's hard because they always have a lot of clouds. Matter of fact, there's one place I just gave up on trying to fly into because it was so cloudy and dark and dusty I couldn't see anything. I said, I'm just going to quit right here because I'll probably crash if I just continue on, which probably would have. Most pilots would never fly into a mountain runway like that in that kind of cloud fog cover, cloud/fog cover. See what we're doing here. Still same airspeed. We're staying at 8,000 feet over the air, and we can probably tune down. That's pretty good speed. We have our turbines at 7,700. I don't know what. I forget what that is. Do that real quick. I'll check it out for you and see what we got. It's a torque. So yeah, so it's sitting at about 10,000. It's about 100, so it's 1,000 torques. That's how fast the torque is, I guess. 966 says. ITT's up to 600 almost, 590 almost, just barely under the 600. Yeah, I'm not sure what all it stands for. Yeah, torque, prop. Now prop, I know is RPMs, I think, on the prop, on the spinning of the thing. I don't like to mess with that though too much. I know some people, and regular people can tune it down, but it's kind of hard on this to do that without killing your plane. One time I thought I could put it back up, and I put it back up. I'll show you what it looks like. Right here, this middle one, prop. Yeah, you take this too far down, your engines will cut out on you, it'll die. And you can put it back up, but it doesn't help. Feathers when it doesn't have any propulsion at all. I think if I'm maybe wrong on this, so I don't know for sure, but anyway, it's when you turn the blades, it turns the blades on the prop. So when you have it all the way up there, it's like maximum thrust. And when you have, the more you bring the prop down, the less angle the blade has, cuts into the air. And when you feather, that's when you don't have any cutting of the air. Hardly any, at least. You have fuel cut off, which you don't want to cut off fuel until it's time to do so. Otherwise you fall out of the sky there. So what I worry about is the power here. And it seems to adjust the So you can adjust fuel flow there. Now, there's another spot where I found I can look at this turbines. 91 turbine. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but 91 what? RPM? Yeah, percent of RPM. So 91% of RPMs. There's 100, of course, 100%, so you want to be over that. Prop is at 22. Apparently is maximum thrust level for it. And your torque is at 10,968 right now. ITT 747. So it looks it's in the green. It's all in the green. That's good. One of the things maxed out is the props, and I don't like to mess with those because I can die. Heat, at least theoretically speaking, not real, but anyway. Hey, so yeah, you can tell I'm not a pilot. I don't know all the ins and outs of all stuff, but looks like I'm still traveling over mountainous territory. Well, I've learned little tidbits here and there. What I know, and what I don't. So probably not enough to be dangerous. I figure the best this training helps me with is that I ever am in an airplane like this for some reason. Bounce out a little bit more. There we go. Straighten her up a bit. So yeah, if I'm ever in an airplane like this where the pilot goes dead, I at least have an idea of what to do about it, you know. I can probably keep the plane a little off as long as it has fuel to fly. Let's we ought to check fuel and see where it's down to. Let's see. Alright, we're down at 6,000 pounds. 6,000 pounds. We'll drive down. Usually when it gets down to 4,000 to 2,000, when I start worrying, I need to get some help, get some fuel in there, because I think this is a total fuel that you have in both your tanks, and I can't ever seem to access that because I don't know how to do this crossfeed thing over here. I tried to mess with the crossfeed one time, and then the whole thing threatened to come flying down on me, so I clicked all things back. Now I just keep it. When it gets down to 4 to so, then that's when you. Also, it'll tell you. If you right here, you'll see a red thing right here. Here's where the warnings are at. The green means you're okay there. That's just auto feathers on. That's all that says. I don't know when it would auto feather, but hopefully not when I'm flying. I guess emergency or something like that. Anyway, you got that. Then you have but if it's a red, any red notes that come up here, that's when you need to pay attention to. And low fuel will pop up on here when it gets down too low. I've seen that before. So let's see where we're at here. Let's zoom in so we can see what we're looking at. There's our first thing. Shoot it in this way. Oh, it's perfectly good. Yeah, in real life, you know, you got all these places you're supposed to, you know, fly certain levels, or you end up in Bravo airspace, that kind of thing. So it's a lot of airspace things around here. And theoretically, what you do is you call up, you give permission to enter, and all that kind of stuff. But of course, I'm not on the radio, and as long as I don't say anything, they don't say anything to me. So I've just never had in the simulator jets appear beside me and guide me down, that kind of thing. So, okay, I hope. The real pilot would be going, well, permission to go to 11,000 feet in Bravo airspace, that kind of thing. They say, no, you cannot do that. Bye-bye. And so, been streaming 49 minutes ago. Or that was the explanation of what we did thus far. Yeah, and then you can see me land this puppy at some point. So, go back. Now this is a different system than what's in the Cirrus SR22 plane, which is the Gaming 1000, which a lot of the planes have that. This one is older plane and it has older avionics in it, so it doesn't have that. Which, if you this far rely, of course, I haven't flown it that much, and I did Papua New Guinea some, but I don't have any avionics to tell me I'm about to hit a mountain type thing, topography, like you have in the Gaming 1000. But do have yeah, that's one of the reasons I got the little nav map thing, so use that to figure out what altitude I can safely fly at wherever I'm going. Of course, the problem with that is sometimes you have to go off course. So, yeah. There's one spot I'm going to be very close to this one mountain going through Papua New Guinea. So I just switch to heady mode and did a little in run around it, around the mountain. Then I joined back up with my guide nav and connecting well, and that's good. Well, I'd like to see what time we have here. Okay, we're about to go out over some water. I think we're about to leave the mountains behind, I think. 84 miles, 24 minutes before we arrive. Sure, Captain speaking. We'll be arriving at runway 25 Sydney International Airport in 23 minutes, 40 seconds. Oops. So have a nice trip, buckle up. We'll be there in no time at all. Yeah. So we're flying along, singing a song. Yeah, I guess if I'm not that good on the radio, I would just do a lot. Yeah, I think that'd be a little overkill. I mean, you exaggerate when you're having fun like that, but that'd be overkill a little, really, if somebody did that on a real radio. Just wait, say, you get broke from air or stuck here or something? The idea, of course, is that you want to say what you have to say pretty quickly, so that you don't take up a lot of the time on the radio. Those radios like that. Looks like we're getting close to stuff. Okay, we're going there. Top of descent is actually closer in when you're on the downslope. And let's see. Ground speed is 209, so we got about six thing. Of course, I've got to let this fly a little bit because I got to go to the bathroom. Bye. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. Now we can start to think about what we're going to do to line down because we've got 20 minutes left, 68 miles to go, and we are ready to start thinking about descending and all that kind of stuff. So one thing to do is I start to get the speed down. They're close to 140 before I put flaps in. You need to be about 140 or less to put in flaps. Your first level flaps at least got to be around there. As well as your gear goes around there too. Don't want to be too much under 140 because when you put your flaps and your gears in, that puts a lot of drag on your engine, takes your speed way down to, usually if you put all your flaps in and in your gear, it'd be under 100 knots per hour at that point. Which is sort of what you want. Oh wow, what I haven't there. Must have knocked the rudder accidentally when I got up. Sorry about that, didn't mean to freak anybody out. Yeah, so we got that level back and again and going straight up. Let's see what we got here. So I start planning my descent here. And I'm going to go with 3% descent, I think. So 100 knot, 100 ground speed once we get it down there. That's with the gear out and the thing in. Try to land around 100 knots approximately and then kill it right over the runway. Now I'm known for my hard landings on this plane. Had several hard landings. One of them shut my engine off. And the other one I crashed, so not a great record there. But I haven't crashed but one time on this whole trip. Of course, one time would be in real life would be enough to do the whole thing in. That would be the end of it. But in a simulator, you just start over and get going again. Away you go. Fly, fly, fly. So. Yeah. One thing, so 5 times be 500, so we drop 500 knots a shot. That should be enough to get us down to 3% guide slope, I would believe. Now this is kind of confusing here because it has 35 nautical miles over here. It must be 35 nautical miles all the way across. Because usually this things will pop into this window up here about, you get down to 15 miles distance or so. 15 to 17 miles distance. You know, somewhere in there it'll pop in. Got 15 minutes and 30 seconds left to go before we land at the airport. Okay, so we're going to do 500 feet down this time. We're going to go to, let's see, what do we want to do? 8,000. Let's go 2,000, 1,000. We'll go down 1,000 feet to sea level, so it should be alright. And then, in fact, according to this, we can go down there. So, yeah, we'll go at 2,000 feet. 3,500 feet's the minimum. Well, that's all 2,000 was. I didn't try to go down that far. But it looks like 20 feet is the level of that. Where the runway is at, 20 feet above sea level, so it's pretty much right on the water. Which I know it is, because 2 of the runways go out into the water. I don't know if 25 does, but anyway, we're going to be going over the bay here in a minute. Parked the bay. Yeah. So we're ready with 500 feet. Well, yeah, let's start reducing our speed down here. See, I think 1, 2, 3. I think 3 clicks of losing speed will do that. See how slow it moves down? It's going to move down to around 140. It's going to end up there. Alright. Yeah, it's almost down to 160 now. The 180, as one was the 180 there. It's down to 160, then you go down to 140. Before we kick any flaps, stuff like that. I think I've gotten used to 3 clicks gets you down to about 140, just over 140, like 141 or something. So that's it, it's going to stay there at 160, so I'm going to move. So I say you want to do this gradually and incrementally. Yeah, wait for first beacon to show up. And knock it down one more drop and turbines go down, and that should go down close to 140, just over 140, I think. Just over 140 knots. Where I'm trying to get it to. And it looks like maybe I need to click it on for another one if I get it down. Well, it's almost there. It's almost there, folks. Yep, got it there. See how you have to sit there and just do it very gradually, otherwise what it'll do, it's not going down very fast. So you start clicking, next thing you know, your seat, you're in a stall. You just knocked it down to nothing. Airspeed's one of the most critical things in landings, as I've understood. And it's hard you have to really watch it, especially when you're hand flying it. It's easy to get in the where you're going up and down, all that kind of thing. It's right at 140 now. I'm putting flexible on it too, but I don't think I'm going to just yet. It's 160 when ground speed, 160, so that time 5. 30. Time 80. 800. And of course, when you start going down, your speed will start increasing again. So, you got to put in blast 4, you start slow going down. Under descent, I think it helps to. I think it helps. That's part of my non-piloting training going on there. I think it will do good to slow it down on the descent. Sure, still ways off from there. Well, that's 13 minutes to Boree, not to the airport. That's right. This goes by leg. So that's 13.20 minutes, 20 seconds before we get to the beacon Boree. I think I at least go to 3,500, you think? 3,000? Yeah, I think it's 3,000. 3,500 you just need for that right there. 3,000. It's probably just over 32 miles. $154. So 150. It'd be 750. 750, so about 700. Going down, it gets 3%. Gotta slow up the speed. Roughly speaking. Okay, it's down below 140 knot their speed so far, so looks like about 130. Let's see what it looks like outside. For a change of pace. Yep. Looks like. There's an airport down there. See that airport right down there? Right there. That is airport. It might be cities. Sometimes it's hard to tell. But it's not an airport. That's a city. Yeah. Maybe an airport around it though. Small. There's a. That could be an airport strip. That could be an airport strip. It could be an airport strip out here somewhere. Are you curious that's airport or what? No, right there. I can see. Anyway. There should be an airport down there. But maybe not. Didn't show any airports on the radar right now. Oh, yes, way. So normally, you know, probably have a reject better if I stood up straight. That's to set up straighter. Yeah, part of the problem is it's always hard to judge distances in here. I think you're almost there and stuff like that. Then you look in. Needs to be seen pretty clear overall. Slight visibility degradation, look out, but not a ton. You see pretty far. What that is. I'm not sure what that is there. Find out. Anybody joined me yet and said hi? So I might be this done in an hour. Based on that. And if all goes according to plan, when it hits the beacon, it should take a left, hard left, and then everything should change on here. I think maybe something's coming into view. Yeah, there's boring beacon. So theoretically, whenever it hits that boring beacon, it should, the other leg should activate, and it should take off that way. Take off to the left. And be pretty much lined up with the runway after that point. I think it's just final, straight final into the runway from there. If I remember correctly. Of course, with descents and all that kind of stuff. I said we're going to go to 3,000. And then we're going to go let's go ahead and knock it down to 3,000. Okay, we'll lay it there. So when we get ready to go down, we can just tell, hey, we're going to go down to 3,000. Show you how to do that on this thing. You have to do a certain sequence in order to do it. A lot of these planes are like that. You have to do it in the right sequence in order to get it to take effect. So I'm curious whether this will work as I think it will. And it will just automatically activate the next leg and go right into and the GPS will configure for that. Right, go on and tell it to activate the puppy. Shouldn't have to do that, but shortly after Boree hits and we start going down towards the other beacons, yeah, we have the that's when we'll hit the then we'll hit the other leg of this one, go down and land at the runway. Of course, usually what I do is I look the runway when I get close to it, and then once I see it, spot it, then I'll shift over to hand flying instead of having it on autopilot. Okay. We'll see what happens when we hit Boree and see if it does what I hope it's going to do. It should do, I'd say. Yeah. It's hard, Sam, and trying to learn all these procedure things, and it's difficult to figure those out. Hope I got it right this time, but it seems like I've always had difficulty with these procedures. Just follow the flight plan, dummy. Yeah, we got 0.8 miles before we get there. Coming up to it though. Altitude set, so I think as soon as we get it down on the edge, we'll see the top of the descent over that way. Probably try and go a little early just so I make sure I get down that level before I get to the airport. $500 or so. $725 feet per minute per hour. per minute. No, it's per minute. Here we go. Worry. Sometimes I have to just go straight on and it keeps going. And then it'll turn around and activate the leg and start heading back the way it came. I go, no, 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 go that way. Don't do that. Do this instead. Okay, that's about it, Rory. So sometimes got 1 mile left. Left to 158, okay. No gray, we're in clouds. And we're turning, yay! It should stop here, Rory, and take the path that way. Yep, activated, yay! Exactly as I planned. Hee hee ho ho ho. Okay, now we're heading down. Now we have some clouds, so they're not too bad. Okay. Yeah, 7 miles before you can count the next peak and that kind of thing. Okay. Yeah, 2,000. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put in first flap, 10 degrees flaps. So we can start slowing this puppy down a bit. Here goes flaps. Okay, it's stabilized. Dropping down to 120 knots, 130 knots. I'm going to give it a little more power just because we got the girder brand down too when we get close to the airport. I don't want to have to go down too far. Just click one click on it. And as soon as we start going down, it's going to have all that other stuff too. And that's about to kick in. And I'm going to start going down after we pass that. It activates. 1 mile to go. And bada bing, bada boom. Okay, now it's just stopping. Should I go down? Now we gotta go down here. So we're 3,000, we set 2,000 already. So we're going to go down to here. And like I said, sequence you have to do to get this right. So what you do is you first click Alt, and then you click Alt Select. It does, it takes off the current Alt and puts on that. And then we're going to go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, it's a -5 right there. 500 feet. Okay. And you see the airspeed starting to increase again. Now we're going down. We'll go ahead and plug in the gear. Now it's going to go down. Woohoo. Here, let's bring this up. It's got ovals to bring beacon to land at. We're going down 3,000 feet. 500 glide slope. According to this, should be a 3% glide slope. Increasing your airspeed too much leads to the glide slope problem. And pulling out the gear helped slow it down a bit too. If we're going too fast. Now when it gets down and it starts to level off back to 3,000, that's when we need to kick in some more power. Otherwise, boo boo. Okay, we got 132, 130. 600. We're going to reduce this down to 600. $130. Ground speed. Keep it above 100 and land at 100 knots per hour, hopefully. Gears down. Initial flaps are down 10%. That looks good. And we should be able to see the clouds. Right now we can't see through anything. You see a road down there very vaguely, but that's about it. We're at 6,300. We're still pretty high, but we're supposed to be going down. I may have to change this airspeed quickly if it's too low. I'll take a quick gander at it, 4,000, see if it looks like it's too high. If it is or isn't, whatever, then we're good to go, I think. 5,900. We're below 6,000 feet now. Airspeed's doing alright on that. Staying constant at 10,132. Oh, look at that, we're doing perfectly on the glide slope, aren't we? Well, almost. You have to see that a bit. Okay. Well, let's swim on the next beacon, Barrow. Live S will be list next one. After that should be the airport itself. City International. Should be lined up for runway 25. We're at 4,500. Yeah, there's runway. It's lined up. If we get under the clouds soon, you can see the airport. I need to know how close we are actually. Yeah, because I have very high, 1,000 feet and we're still not in the clouds yet. Yikes. Hope the terrain is okay for that. 3,500 is supposed to be the high, the minimum for this flight. But it also has a lower elevation and stuff to get over here. Still, it makes me antsy whenever I go below the minimum. And the minimum is to reach over the higher mountains we went over there. They were about to sink underneath the clouds, hopefully. They aren't too thick and the ceiling will rise above it. And of course, we're almost at 3,000 feet. We have to get floor in that if we get below these clouds. Have to amplify it the rest of the way. See? That's it for about there for. I think that it goes on beyond that. And the airport we're going to. Has to be. Has to be the airport. Oh look, we're in luck. Clouds are clearing. We're on the leading edge of the cloud. Yeah. That means I can look and see if that's their runway. They have these words over it, so I can't tell. Can't read that. Let's see if I can get it in closer on the range. Okay. No. I don't know why someone's had a screwed up thing, may have numbers written over it or something. It could be a different airport though. May not be the airport, but I know it's 640 miles. I will send you looks like. Okay. Let me see for. I do see. Yes, he is right. First, I think I see the road supposed to play, baby. Yeah, okay, we'll take this off of the and post that file so I can set it away. And that's in the international. I've seen it before. I've seen it before. What's that? Okay, so I need to get slowed down a bit. You know, I'm gonna land on runway 25. It's 34. Oh well, we changed the ride at the last minute. Damn it. 2 knots. Stop crosswind. Go figure out. Okay. And final flaps. So I'll screw up now. So the power and the pitch and all that has stuff. Okay, looks like I'm in a good angle at least. But if I can land this puppy, there's an updraft there. Had to kill the engines. Okay, we made it to Sydney one more time. Nice landing, I think. Now there's a tower, Sydney International Tower. I'm going to see a replay of that and hopefully it'll work. Sometimes it crashed, so we prep for that. Get closer in. I guess it'll work. All the way back there, huh? That's good. Looks like I had a good landing there, but this tells the tale here. You can see it from the outside. This thing will always make it look like I'm off track, but I'm not. I don't know what happened. I got updraft there at that last part. Had to cut the engine so it wouldn't gain any more speed and wouldn't keep going up. Flaps are down good. It's right after I got over these trees when I had the updraft hit me. You should see it reflected in the right about now. There we go up. So now I'm gonna get down there and cut the engine. Down to it, get back on the glide slope pretty quick. That's what I was saying. Sink rate. It looked like I was diving for it. Pretty much was for a while there. But I have a perfect touchdown. My better ones actually. Well, that's what you call made in Sydney again. Hi there, Vince again. Wave at you. Hi, bye. So that's all she wrote. Good, nice landing. Perfect on that part. Oh, I had a little adjustment there at the end to get it there. So, thank y'all for coming along for the ride and hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you next time. Maybe I'll do one in Papua New Guinea next time and we'll go around something else like Africa. That'll take a long time though. Tell you what, Australia's a nice sized continent for this kind of thing, but Africa would be a long one to get around. Europe probably easier. Unless you include the whole giant landmass of Eurasia, that'd be even bigger to go. Or maybe I'll take you on a trip across the Rockies one day. Till then, we'll see you later. Bye.